It's a cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel summer, now we're gone. The city is crowded, my friends are away, and I'm on my own. It's too hard to handle, so I gotta get up and go. It's a cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel summer, now you're gone. You're not the only one. It's a cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel summer, now you're gone.
Powered by Patreon. Boo, 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 boo. Now, hello. Hell yeah, Adam. You know it. You know what's up. Crazy weekend. Not really, but you know. Tell you what, I'm not sure if a lot of you saw the Malignant movie that just came out. That shit was awesome. Yes, Scott. It's a cool thing, man. Salem's Lot. That's on the list. But man, that was some killer shit. It was. I was trying to figure out where it was going to go. The music in that is really cool because I just watched. Oh yeah. God damn. This motherfucker. Thanks, Wes. Yeah, John. I mean, definitely original. We're doing the Eurocult podcast possibly tomorrow, just recording it. But I watched Don't Torture a Duckling. And some of the music cues in that were kind of very similar to some of the cues in Malignant. I think Dana was saying that they already have like a 2-disc set or a LP at Waxworks already for sale. But I'm not going to get that, obviously. I'm not going to spend $40 for some of that. I'll just get the MP3s at some point. But it was fun. But, yeah, well, I think, I mean, there are. It is a pretty long movie. I think it's an hour, almost an hour and 50 minutes, or maybe a little less. But yeah, it gets some good stuff. Yeah, Darren, it's pretty cool. Definitely, I read somebody saying that hey, it had some atmosphere and the lighting of a '90s Giallo, which is that statement's not a good statement because there is no hardly any good Giallos from '90s. All right, balls. Yeah, John, it's some good shit. Yeah, I saw something about the Alone in the Dark being delayed.
Not alone in the dark.
Yeah,
Well, it's not according to my thing.
eh,
Death Screams is.
Death Screams,
U.S. version.
U.S. version. Yeah, I did see the Halloween Kills Peacock announcement. I wonder what tier you have to be on to get it. It is. I mean, I'm paying $5 a month, so I wonder if that's good enough, or you have to pay the 10 or whatever. Red Rock, yeah, it does. It does give you the, at least from the trailer, it does give you the Insidious vibes. But and I don't know about the Conjuring, but they're great. Well, my Dana's gonna make me go see it at the movies, so I ain't got a choice.
Make you go see what?
Halloween Kills.
I'm not making you. I figured you would.
Well, thanks, Tony. And you're a good guy. I don't care what nobody else says. But thanks, Weapon. Yeah, absolutely, Darren. But I'm trying to think of something. Damn it. I can't think of anything because I had too many of the Bang hard seltzers.
Those, in my opinion, are the best tasting hard seltzers.
They're best tasting, Dana says, but they're kind of shitty. Spooky! I'll give you a spooky hello. There's a lot of stuff in Malignant as far as kind of like things you can. But I mean, there are some Giallo kind of themes in it. But there's some way out shit. And then you suspect what's going on, but you know, if you're like me, you definitely are wrong. All right, Darren, we can try to do it at 11 a.m. Eastern, maybe, or I think that's 4 your time, but we can work it out. I am planning on going and seeing Sun-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but then I got lazy because we kind of ran around a little bit looking. No, can't help you with that, Red. But Dana got the new, got the Thing 4K. The Steelbook was sold out. Cool. So I didn't really bother with it. I mean, I did order the Steelbook of the new 4K of the 31 Dracula. I just thought that was the. I mean, it was either a toss up between Frankenstein and Dracula, as far as the Steelbooks. So I just went with that. Well, good. Yeah, spooky. I've been watching that. You damn right. I got a raise at work. I need a raise now. I told him I need 5% more of the total earnings. But I'm on a. I agree. DeadPit on Patreon. Tiers start at just $1. DeadPit on Patreon.com. Check that shit out. Yeah, John, I would keep waiting a little bit. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna look any better on 4K. But I thought I'd get one. Get the one I like. Even though it does have the Spanish Dracula on there in 4K, I imagine, but who knows? But shoot. Trying to figure out what the hell. Don't Breathe 2. I watched that earlier today. Very it's kind of weird making him the guy who the bad guy from the first movie, the hero, and then they just there's all, and also all the people are bad. No matter who you are, you're a bad person. You're an evil person. You have bad intentions. That shit doesn't fly in the real world, obviously, but I'm not going to give anything away. DEADPIT on Patreon is saying, did you hear Severin is selling Cruel Jaws at convention as an exclusive now? I did not. I did see it on Deep Discount DVD. And, or Deep Discount. I actually ordered from them because I got an email saying that they had the Nosferatu in Venice Severin Blu-ray on sale again, or had it back in stock, so I ordered it because I really want that documentary about Kinski. The movie itself is, I don't know, it's kind of I wouldn't say it's spectacular even as a exploitive movie, but just to know the kind of the themes or the stories behind the film kind of make it interesting. The documentary itself kind of got it for me, and I think it was around $23. But so I would definitely recommend that if you're so inclined. Yeah, it's still on Tubi. To be honest, I tried to watch that movie, and I watched about 45 minutes or more, and I was like, this is dog shit. I don't give a shit if Hulk Hogan poser is in it or not. It's still dog shit. I'm not watching this. Ooh. But so at this time of the year, I'm setting up trying to get my American Made, huh? I don't know if that's a good one, Scott. The Room. I don't know. They did a yeah, Spooky. I did see Tourist Trap, but the last time I watched it, I actually like, I think Chuck Connors can move shit with his mind or something. I was like, where in the hell did this come from? So I didn't. It's kind of like parts of it I didn't recall. But making the lists up for your Halloween viewing or October viewings, a lot of people do. I see lists on certain websites where they put out a list of all the shit that they watch. Spooky, spooky. And it's crazy. Some of the people got so much fucking time to watch like 2 movies a day or something during the week or something. I don't know. I don't know about all that. But I don't know. Somebody released it, but I don't know how good a quality. The quality on Shudder looks pretty good, I guess. The Joe Bob drive-in version is what I've watched. Actually, that was the first movie of his first marathon, that 24-hour marathon. But definitely, like, some of the stuff. I mean, obviously, you're going to watch a Halloween movie or two. Ow. Patreon. Exactly. Let's do this. I got this place in my fucking head and I scratched and now it's irritating. Let's do that. Patreon. Yes, sir. DEADPIT on Patreon.com. All the details are there for every tier. So, usually what I do, I have done in the past, is watch different versions of... that's not good, John. Reminds me when I got... Well, a German Blu-ray of Ninja 3, and it was a VHS rip on a Blu-ray. But watch different versions of the Halloween movie, the first one. The TV extended version, I watched that a few times. Kind of go back and forth. Dana's got the new, and I do too, the 4K version of the first one, so I'll probably watch that. Bad Candy. Oh, John, I don't know about that one. I can't remember if that's a new one. I don't think I've seen that. And I was going to watch the Night Stalker series on Blu-ray, but I don't feel like spending $70, $80 this time, so I'm going to kind of hold back on that and watch it on DVD until that goes down a little bit. And obviously the Universal Monster movies, I watch those. And trying to watch a little bit. Yeah, Prince of Darkness is a big one. I really love that movie. The Mothership, going to be rad. Headband Garrett is in the house. Lady in White. Yeah, I need to watch that one. I've kind of watched some, but, you know, not got into it a whole lot. But usually what happens is I get kind of distracted and then try to catch up on the weekend and watch tons of shit, and then 2 weeks in I get burnt out and try to watch something else. But also the Hammer House of Horror, I've got the DVDs of that, but it's also going to be on Shudder sometime this month, so I might check out some of those episodes. Yeah, don't include that one. And Halloween Kills got some interesting reviews, saying it's like not like a typical sequel or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of strange reviews. So I don't know what to expect. I mean, it's got, from what the trailer shows, it seems like it's going to be a lot more brutal, as they say, than the first one. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it is mixed things. Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. I mean, obviously I don't know how they're going to calculate all the, they calculate the Peacock views versus the movie tickets, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously I think that it doesn't matter if this movie bombs or not. I think they're going to go ahead and make the third one anyway. Hey, Weapon X. Yeah, I mean, as long as Wrong Zombie's not involved, if it's violent, that'll be fine. They haven't really had any kind of crazy violence in the mainstream movie in a long time. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, it's good when it says it's good, but if it doesn't, I don't know. Yeah, Red, it kind of comes and goes to different places. But I'm going to probably revisit it even. It's a lot easier. And it may be HD versus the DVDs I got, but Synapse did a pretty good transfer for the DVDs. Diversity. Has everyone here had to go through diversity training recently, within the last 2 years? I know I have. I had to go through like different sexualities training and stuff. It was like, gosh, come on now. Luckily, there wasn't a test, so I didn't really have to pay attention. But of course, I'm going to try to watch The Thing. I usually watch The Thing usually in the winter, but since there's a new 4K of it, I want to check it out. And I've actually got a couple Blu-rays that I got months ago, but I haven't watched them, so I'm just like holding out. Got Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter, which is I love that one, and Dracula 1972, which I like that one a lot, but they used to show that on late night on like CBS and shit, and they cut it down to like 70 minutes. It's pretty crazy, but they used to show the shit out of that one and some other. Can you imagine? I actually showed that. I would be surprised if they didn't show that like on regular television on a Saturday night or something like they did. They showed Phantasm on CBS probably in 81 or something. I remember seeing it on TV, and I talked to Don Costarelli about it for a minute. Well, you got to check several times. Wow, DEADPIT on Patreon. You're gonna watch Svengoolie tonight, Bowls. There's a possibility, but I actually have it DVR'd set up so it tapes every episode. So, and I also think I already have this episode somewhere. I think it's the Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer or something like that. Boris Karloff. I also have a lot of horror host stuff. Of course, Captain or Commander USA is all over YouTube. You can watch all the movies or a lot of films from there. And then I've got a lot of Sammy Terry downloaded and a few others. And sometimes I'll watch that. Thanks, Scott. That's what it was. I remember seeing something about it now. What was I saying? Oh, Black Sunday is another October movie for me. I got the new Blu-ray from Arrow, and I have never watched it yet, so I'm gonna probably watch that. Last time I watched the Sammy Terry version that he put out years ago. Ooh, DEADPIT on Patreon is looking for the USA Saturday Nightmares intro. Will Saturday House Massacre and Hard to Die ever get a Blu-ray release? I don't know. But both of them are awesome. I lost a lot of brain cells watching those back in the 90s. Ooh. I'll have to look at that. Is that on YouTube, Scott, or something? Because I'd like to check that out. Hey, it's Vader time. Yeah, that is pretty good. Oh, great, Scott. I'll check that out because that'd be awesome. Yeah, back when I was young. Yeah. Well, back when I was young, I even heard fucking Rob Zombie say the same thing. Is like when you get the new TV guide, you would get it and just read it like a book and mark what you're gonna watch and shit.
I did that.
So that's definitely what I did. Especially, like he was saying, it's like everybody's going. So, man, Saturday, Planet of the Apes is on, so you got to watch Planet of the Apes. So I need to watch Black Sabbath again as well from Mario Bava. Hello, Eric. It's pretty good, I guess. Pretty good. My head's getting hot up in here. I want to. You got to get the one with Abula. The butcher gets electrocuted. That's the best one. Well, I got some of those Blu-rays, John. And then somebody ripped the Blu-rays. Nice. I don't know, Vader. Dana loves the Mutilator. And I actually got her. Did I get you a Fall Break poster? Or Buddy Cooper was selling the posters and it from his garage. And I got her the Fall Break poster signed by Buddy Cooper because they said, hey, she loves this damn movie. I don't know. I would definitely probably get it. I bought several movies that I've only watched once or twice, and they're still back there somewhere. Scream 81 looks good. I think I've seen that one, but it's been forever. There. Nope. This one. Yep. Yeah, posters are kind of slowed down. I haven't bought a poster in years, thank goodness. Because I don't want to waste any more money. Because they gone crazy prices. You can hardly find anything good. Yeah, Arrow definitely. Arrow stuff is good. Of course, Deep Red's coming out in early, about the 10th or so. So that's a Halloween film, and I'll probably check out Suspiria again in 4K and Inferno, and I got a Blu-ray of Mother of Tears, so I might just watch the entire 3 movies. I don't know about that, Adam. I've got Surf 2 digitally, but I've not watched it. So I can't vouch for that. Yeah. John, yeah. Yeah, I don't look very often anymore. Yeah, I need weapon. I saw the True Romance. I was like, damn, I ain't got no money to get that. The Steelbook and shit. But Arrow is like one of the bigger ones now. They came out of nowhere. Yeah, Patreon over at DEADPIT on Patreon.com. My brains are fuzzy. Let's see. Yeah, but I mean, I definitely have bought shit from Arrow directly and got them shipped over here. Well, Hot Dog the movie got released on Blu-ray, so hamburgers should be should be there, Ah. Oh yeah, absolutely, Darren. Oh, well, that sucks a dog. Well, I'll tell you, Weapon X, there's a pretty good website called Diabolic DVD. They bring shit in from overseas, all kinds of shit. So, Germany, everywhere. So, even though they may not directly sell to the U.S., you can probably get it from there if you're quick. Depending on, I mean, if you pre-order it, then definitely. Orbit DVD. I'll have to check that out one of these days. Hills Have Eyes, I just don't know how that can look any better. But you never know. Cool. Alright, so Browser? Let's see. No. Windows capture? No, that's not what I want to see. Huh? I don't know, but Adam, I don't know how you can make certain things nowadays. I mean, I haven't watched that new Black Christmas, but I would figure that it's got something. It's gonna be similar to this. I mean, I just don't know how you could make anything that's entertaining without being somewhat offensive, and that's what they do. You cannot be offensive. So I don't know how that's going to work. Thanks, Darren. Smash it. Break your monitor or mouse by pressing the like button and thumbs up this video. Yeah, Eric, it's hard not to upgrade. I mean, or to get a new one. I've obviously done that. Oh no, Axel. At least, is it prolapsed? Let's see here. Damn it. Nope. What the fudge? Absolutely. You piece of garbage mug. Let's try this again. You need that scene where he shoots the wiener on the ground. Ooh. Well, DEADPIT on Patreon. Yeah, I do. I like the second, the remake, the first remake of Black Christmas. It was not too bad. I thought it was fun. Yeah. But we are doing I had a podcast for a while, way back 2008, 9 or so, and called Eurocult, and we're going to bring it back a little bit, but it's going to be me and Darren Burrows, who's here with us, and we're going to try to do it a little bit differently, but it's going to be just like a one movie kind of talk thing, and kind of go over some fun movies, and just have some fun. So hopefully we'll get it recorded, and then I'll put it out, or give it to the big guy sometime later this week or so, but we'll see how it goes. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Oops. Shorty Row is fun too. I mean, I got the Blu-ray of that. I kind of dug the Shorty Row remake. So, I mean, and then I got a poster of it from somewhere. I think they had a bunch of posters at like a convention just laying there, so I just got me a poster. Shit. No, John, I don't have any ideas on the Vinegar Syndrome releases. Hopefully they'll release some. I think they're holding out for bigger titles for close to the, the end of the year kind of shit, or till they're the sale. I haven't seen Vinegar Massacre 2. That's a weird one. The Sex Box. That's a few years too late for me. They're releasing Bloodhook again. You can get Gizzard Face 2, the return of Gizzard Face. Gizzard Face versus Blizzard Bob. Hey now. Terror Night 87. I'm not even, I'll have to look that one up because I don't know, because I could have saw that and forgot it. Let me look that one up on the website here. Oops. Oh. Let's try this. Fauci, the musical. Ah, bloody movie. Okay, yeah, I got a Blu-ray of that. Also, this is a good one. Is get some Santos shit going. They're releasing, but this is coming out next year. But Santos got some really cool horror movies where he meets Frankenstein, Dracula, and all kinds of shit. Oh, so I'll look into it. I don't know how much this shit's gonna be. A lot of this stuff looks. There's only a few of these that are not horror related. Yeah, Axel, I just kind of briefly discussed it. I thought it was really good. I love the music of the movie for some. It was just really cool. So get some Santo. So there's the thing about Alone in the Dark. No, sir, I've never heard about that one, John. That's insane. Yeah, it definitely had a different feel than any movie that you see today. And I could see some of the Maniac Cop stuff that you're mentioning, kind of in a way, but it was really good. Yeah, the music was really good. It's the cues were really cool. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I just watched "Don't Torture a Duckling," and then there was like some cues in that, and it kind of it wasn't a copy of it, but it had that same tone to it or something, or same thing. It was really I was very surprised about it. Now I think it might need a little, maybe it's a little tightened up and stuff, but you know. Oh man, Krampus got pushed out. I definitely want to see what the hell the naughty version of Krampus is about. Yes, sir, Satan. You have my soul, Satan. I pledge my soul to Satan. 1 month. Good. Deadly Friend is okay, but I wouldn't watch that on. Well, I mean, I wouldn't watch it on Halloween or anything. Modern Vampires, I'm not sure. Thank you, sir. I'm in like with you. I like you. I'm not sure. And then they're coming with the I Spit on Your Grave 4K, which is crazy. Yes, yes. So, I got a version of this a long time ago, but apparently that's coming out. The Mariachi trilogy, which I love the films, mainly Desperado. Absolutely, Darren. We can do recently seen as the hysteria continues does. This one's okay, but I mean, I think it got a code red or something released. I forgot what it was. The Devil Within Her, that was it. Yeah, the prices for the Blue Underground stuff is pretty crazy. And especially when they came out with new versions on Blu-ray, and then I guess maybe a year later they came out with the 4Ks. So I got the Zombie and New York Ripper. I got those two new Blu-ray transfers, and I didn't upgrade to the 4Ks. Dana got Zombie 4K, and I mean it looks great, but it's very hard to tell the difference. Especially when you have a 4K player, 4K TV, and it upscales it somewhat. So there's those. It just depends on the transfer. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that, but yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I watched this movie last weekend. Hirukako the Goblin, and it had some really good practical effects and stuff. I don't know if I've seen this. I think is that a Media Blasters is still around, which is crazy. I don't care about MacGyver. Killer Party, which a lot of people like. I'm not one of those, but yeah. You can get you some more Black Devil Doll from hell. That's alright, X-Ray. I'll get my tentacle sex elsewhere. It was a pretty good movie. I mean, from what I saw, I liked it. Every once in a while, I like to get into some Japanese horror. There's some. They had to have a separate post about the pricing. 31. Can you believe this? You get the slip case or a slip cover. I think DEADPIT on Patreon posted his little thoughts on it. Now, this one's weird. Yeah, John, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. They've waited so freaking long. I don't know. Maybe they can't come up with some stories? I don't know. That's another good, obviously it's another good October movie. And this one is weird. They're going to make a Beyond the Door sequel. Like, fucking 50 years later. Yeah, X-Ray, it's horrible. And you can watch that on fucking Pluto TV for free if you wanted to. But it's just bad. This is a really good one. I don't know if you'd be wanting to buy the movie. Maybe you'll find it elsewhere. I haven't checked out the Collinswood story. I've got a rip of it. It's a kind of like a... This shit's old, man. I mean, it's crazy about the movie. Ah, see. It's almost like if you'd seen like Unfriended and all those things. Well, this movie is like that, except I think in the 90s. And they're doing a video chat over computers and shit. And I need to watch the rest of it. It's it's got I don't know, it's supernatural, but anyway, it's kind of interesting to see a movie from that time period like that. But and both of these are fake kind of documentaries, which I love those type of things. But this one is really, it's more recent and it's really creepy. It's French, so subtitles. But both of these, you can look into them and look online and see if you can find something about them or find the actual deal. But they're a good watch. definitely gonna get the Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome. I'm gonna try to get the steelbooks. I think I should be able to get them. Let's check out. Let's check out last year's. Let's check out Seahawks. That Hulu movie, Books of Blood, was pretty good. I don't know if I'd rewatch it. I actually just watched Hocus Pocus this year for free, or for the first time. These are all kitty shits. So the Scream 4K should be out by now. Axel, we got like a Dana bought like a big sound system. We got a Denon receiver. We got like Atmos speakers and shit. I have an old subwoofer that I bought back in 2002, and then we still use it. It can crank if it needs to. But, I mean, if I was going to get a secondary thing, I'd probably get a soundbar. But soundbars you can get a soundbar with Dolby Atmos speakers and a subwoofer, and those things would probably be just as good or pretty good for what it is. Paranormal Activity, I haven't not seen the last one. I need to watch the last one they made, even though they're getting ready to reboot it. Yeah, I think I've seen that, but it's been so long. You're welcome, Axel. The Watcher in the Woods. Yeah, that's another like little niche soundbars. There's some. I was actually going to get a little mini soundbars, like $40 for my computer sound. But I've got this. I bought this these computer speakers and a subwoofer like back in 2002, and I still use them today. Yeah, hey guys, we appreciate it. Midsummer, I'm not sure if I would watch that on October, but maybe. Let's get somebody who's got some more. I know these are going to be dog shit, but The Shining, American Psycho. I don't think that's a Halloween type of movie. Oh yeah, X-Ray. She was in that. For Your Eyes Only. I'm thinking Bond movie. Yeah, she was hot, and she was also in the one called. It's either called like The Falling or Alien Predators. I used to watch the shit out of that movie on VHS. It's out on Blu-ray now. It's about her and a couple guys traveling around a different country, and these aliens start taking over people and stuff. It's pretty. It's good. Hereditary it's got a lot of dread atmosphere and stuff, but I'm not sure if I would want to watch that. No, X-Ray, I'm sorry. That's a good question. I would have asked that question, but no such luck. Yeah, that's hard too, because all the good ones I think I've seen, but maybe I haven't. That's why I have to go to like foreign countries or foreign films. I mean, there's this. I can't remember the name of it. I have it. It's a Japanese film, and it's a anthology, and it's like from the late '60s, and it's supposed to be really good. but I'll have to try to watch that. Yeah, you definitely don't need a crazy expensive thing. I used to have a Denon I got from my job because I got points and I got like a $600 receiver, and lightning got a hold of it and fucked it up, and I got a now this obviously is a little years ago, a Pioneer for like $170 or something, and it was pretty decent for what it was. But for nowadays, if you're going to get the more variety of options for sound, you have to get them. Maybe those are more standardized now for like Dolby Atmos and stuff, and 7.1, obviously. Now, Delirium, Photos of Gloria is not something I would watch in October. Sorry. Bloodbeat, I would not watch that. Yes, sir, Jay. I'm not even going to say that word, but yes, that's the movie I want to try to watch. Hack and Lantern might be fun. Absolutely.
Haunted Wings.
Definitely need a surge protector. But I think I have a surge protector, but I don't know where it came in at. But Behind the Mask would be fun. Haunt is pretty good for a newer film. That I saw that on Shudder a year or so ago. Well, 3 years ago. That would be a good one to watch.
What? I said Haunted Wings.
I heard you, and I'm ignoring you.
And Trick or Treat.
Yes,
With
David Carradine.
no, not that one. That's Trick or Treat.
I know.
I'm talking about Skippy from Family Ties.
Oh, I was talking about the anthology. Mm. Yeah, they're very similar, aren't they? I mean, at least, I guess in some ways. I mean, just about in titles. But Hellfest is a pretty cheap Blu-ray now, and Bloodfest was okay as well. I mean, I don't know if I really liked both of them that much, but they were really good. Yeah, I did actually see The Unholy with Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it. It wasn't too bad. I mean, there's other films that's definitely been shitty, and it was entertaining for what it for what it was.
What about Unholy with Dean Cross?
No, we're gonna look at Teen Vogue's horror movies, guys. Carrie. I don't know if I would watch that. Hocus Pocus at least has something to do with Halloween. Donnie Darko does not. Yeah, there's certain movies I want to watch every year, but I didn't watch like Dazed and Confused. I usually watch that every summer, but I haven't watched that. And I have never seen A Nightmare Before Christmas, and I need to check that out. I'm not a big fan of Donnie Darko. Yeah, you can watch. There's great. If you want to go down a rabbit hole, there's great conspiracy theories about Donnie Darko on YouTube. It is hilarious about some of the shit that they think that movie is saying and stuff. It's crazy.
There's conspiracy theories about The Shining.
Yeah, X-Ray. Yeah. Well, yeah, that Room. Also a good one to watch, even though it's insane. Is that Room? Was it 232? Huh?
Room 237.
Yeah, Room 237. Hell Night. Definitely. That was on Comet TV last night.
Oh yeah, that is.
That's a good one.
But I don't think it's Halloween related.
Well, it's good enough.
I know.
Sleepy Hollow. That's a good one. I don't know. Fun Size. I don't know about that one. I'm not. I'm just scared stupid. I actually saw that in the theater, but I snuck in a lot of beer.
You did not.
I did too. I had a big trench coat full of.
Was that when you were in the army?
No.
Beetlejuice.
1408. I don't. Nah.
1408's pretty good.
I've never seen that. I mean,
That's based on a
but
Stephen King.
Blair Witch, I would not. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know if I would watch that. But Scream, I'm definitely going to watch that 4K when it comes out.
It looked like it wasn't coming out till December.
You better stop.
I thought that's what I saw.
Scary as hell. Yeah. Yeah, Eric. I had seen that. Watched it last night. Malignant, and I really liked it. The more I think about it, the more I like it. Even though I must admit there's some, little clunkiness here and there, but the last act or so is really crazy, and as some people were mentioning earlier about having like a 90s quality of the film and stuff. It definitely has something completely different about the of the film itself. It's different than anything I've seen as of late. So yeah, and the music is really good as well. I mean, just the instrumental. Oops, no, I don't want to see that. You shitting me, man. All right. I want a screen mask. I do, but I'm not going to buy it right now. No, it's getting October 19th.
Well, I saw something that said like the 31st of December.
Well, you were incorrect.
Did you see something about Alone in the Dark being put?
Yes.
Well, they ain't updated it on.
It's just basically they don't have it yet. It's not like a date.
Oh. Well, it's still on pre-order.
No X-ray. Have not seen Dahmer versus Gacy. John, yeah, that's a little weird too. The call stuff in the movie, it's kind of, it definitely throws off, the big thing. Autopsy of Jane Doe was a good one, but it came out a few years ago. Okay. What the fudge? Let's go to Steve's fucking. I guess I ain't going to that.
I guess you ain't.
Yeah, I'm not big on some of those serial killer movies. Well, F it. Now I gotta go back. Cabin in the Woods is pretty good. I actually got that. That's one of the first 4Ks I bought because it was so cheap.
Amazon still says it's been released the 14th.
Well, look on Facebook. There's a post. I'm just saying. World War Z. I got the I got the 3D version from like Dollar Tree. No, it was actually I take that back. I got it from Big Lots for like $3. And of course, this is the one where they kept the blood in. In the theatrical, they basically just took out the digital blood, and then so it's kind of weird because they get people get stabbed and shot, but there's no blood or something. Yeah, but there's that new movie that's coming out, No Man of God or something with Elijah Wood, where he's interviewing Ted Bundy and shit. That seems interesting. And I never got to watch the Netflix Ted Bundy movie. Oh yeah, everybody's favorite Halloween movie, Resurrection. Let's watch that. I'm gonna watch it or do something so I can get Trick or Treat Motherfucker so I can have the audio. There we go. Trick or treat.
Yeah.
I did not watch it last year, so this year I definitely got to watch it. Idle Hands, I guess. Let the Right One In. I guess if you're watching, either one's really is good enough, but I just don't. The first one is really good, but I like them all because, like I say, I'm a sucker for freaking fake documentary shit. Boogeyman. The Babadook, which somehow became a gay icon. I don't even know what that means in this. I don't know, X-Ray. That's a good question. Who fucked up Halloween more, Busta Rhymes or Rob Zombie? I think Rob Zombie did more because he did more than one movie. But that's a good one. That's a good argument. The Facility, I don't really know. Evil Dead, obviously. Evil Dead 2 is probably the one I would watch. I'm not sure about The Grudge. The Omen, that's the remake, but yeah. That's stupid. I mean,
Well, how come on Screen Factory site they say available?
you're going to have to look on there was a post on Facebook. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I just went to their website.
All right, I don't know what to tell you, Dana. If you get it on time, that's great. That's all I can say. Yeah, the Babadook really was annoying when I first watched it. I've only watched it once, and that's all I'm ever going to watch it. Yeah, Teen Vogue, yeah, you know. That's not a bad movie, Occultus. And I used to drink a beer called Occulto. But yeah, I watched that when it came out. It was pretty good from what I remember. I have not seen any Hotel Transylvania movies. I need to probably check that out. Shaun of the Dead, Coralina, Ghostbusters. Sharknado definitely is not on the list. Anaconda, no. Summer, no. Yeah, Darren, it's the more you think about it and everything, the 2018 was not that great. Yeah, the Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage, The Bees. Oh yeah, I want to watch a Lindsay Lohan movie where she's really drunk, doped up and shit, but she still looks hot. The Haunting, I need to watch that again. Yeah, I want to watch Obsessed. Yeah, Eric, it's hard to... Hopefully he doesn't screw up the monsters, but we'll see. No. The Burbs, I need to check out The Burbs. I haven't watched that since the 80s. Or the early 90s, I guess.
Where you're seeing that comment, because I'm not
Alright, it's on Dawn of the Dis on...
Okay, well, I was looking on Screen Factory.
Obsessed is some bullshit like Fatal Attraction ripoff from a few years ago, maybe. It's nonsense. That's got shit to do. I guess girls like it. A fucking happening. Alright, we're done with Teen Vogue. Let's go find Tiger Beats list.
Does Tiger Beat even still publish?
I don't know. I mean, I like the new Invisible Man. Ooh, Joey Lawrence, you got me. You've already got me. Yeah, I haven't watched that Transylvania 6500 or whatever in years, probably 20 years. Dana's favorite magazine is Tiger Beat, maybe.
Who said that?
The X-Ray Punch. But none of this out here is awful. Us is not a Halloween film. Quiet Place, meh. Halloween. Hereditary, like I say, it's got a really good sense of dread throughout it. But I don't know. That's another 4K I got off. I actually got that really cheap off of eBay, but I don't know.
There's your movie, Steve. Tokyo Drift.
Oh, you know it. Of course, you got It, Get Out. This must be, and then the Vitch. I need to rewatch that. Dana got it on 4K. Yeah, Us was a letdown. Well, that's an interesting comment, Axel. The Conjuring. I want to watch that again this Halloween. The first one, that is. I'm gonna skip some of these. I got the original Ring on 4K, Blu-ray rather, Ringu, and it's awesome. The last time I'd watched that one, I watched it off of VHS back in early 2000s. Yeah, Practical Magic will be definitely something I want to check out. Scream, obviously. Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula on 4K looks really, really good, so I definitely want to check that out. Candyman, I'm not really interested in. I want to check out the new Chucky TV show. Clue is not a Halloween movie that I would want to watch. Poltergeist would be good, but The Thing, I definitely want to check out. Suspiria, obviously, that would be great to watch. The Exorcist. The Haunting is really good, but I've only watched it once. I need to check it out again. And there's Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. Obviously, one of the one movies I the last 3 years I watched the same two movies on Halloween. I watched Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, and then after that I watched House by the Cemetery. And I got into that because it was just on one of the random channels. I turned on my TV, and
Steve has to watch that one later because he watches the safe one while the trick or treaters are coming.
yeah, I watched Abbott and Costello movie first. Bride of Dracula, obviously, and Dracula, which I will be watching hopefully in 4K. Hey now, who are these chicks? Absolutely X-Ray. Yeah, Ebony, usually Eric. She has a subscription to Ebony. But there's some good shit here. I mean, not on here. Fright Fest Sacrifice. What the fudge is this? It's nothing. Yeah, thank you, Stream Elliot. Elliot.
Straight annoying.
Do you want to do your part on here, or are you not going to
Are
do?
you about done?
I was thinking about wrapping it up here in a minute if you want to do something. Dana's coming up soon, so I want to get out of here and go back to the full cam. Oops. 1 second. Jet, absolutely.
Steve, I found that announcement, but I guess the only people that are getting that are people that ordered it.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Somebody said they were getting it from Amazon in Tokyo on Friday.
I hear you. Yes, John. AEW. That was a great pay-per-view the other week. I mean, I can't really... It was the biggest pay-per-view that I can remember in a long time. So, yeah, I'm a big mark for AEW. I mean, I see people complain about them and stuff, and I was like, what are you complaining about, really? The wrestling nerds who, I don't know what they... You know what they want. I don't see anything that is hokey and shitty like Raw or SmackDown. But I haven't watched it. Yes. Yeah, that'll be cool to see Daniel Bryan actually wrestle again and see if he does anything more. But I mean, obviously, since he's got all these concussions and other things, he had to switch his style up anyway. So. I always thought he was older than he is because back in Ring of Honor with his head shaved, I figured he was in his 30s or something by the. But no, he was still in his 20s. So, but yeah, those old matches were awesome. Him and Nigel McGuinness fighting. Yeah, DMD. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, it's just a lot of good shit on there, man. I watched Rampage this morning, and I do check out some of the stuff on YouTube, the dark stuff, but you know, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't want to devote a lot of that time, but a lot of those, as of late, they've kind of made those a little bit shorter than they used to be. Yeah, I don't know what Jim Cornette, I mean, shit's got to evolve. It can't be the same. I am a dark dreamer.
Brandon, stop that.
Have had very dark dreams. Dana's got her hat on. She only wears the hat here. Why don't you wear the hat out? Holy shit.
Quit that. I like the background stuff you got on there.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's got music or ambience.
Because it's got Salem's Lot, creepy dude. That's like the creepiest thing in Salem.
Yeah, and especially Jim Cornette when they came out with yeah, X-Ray came out with him and his wife are like swingers and shit. No thanks. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was into other things like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla was really good, and then I was really big into Progress Wrestling in the UK, which is those were just amazing shows. Oh no. Who opened the gate? Oh. Let them dogs out, baby.
I don't want
I got it.
Gosh, Daddy's trying to finish up. Ready to go on.
Well, there's a lot of stupid stuff about him. Dana did, apparently. Actually, the damn dogs let themselves out of another gate. But there was a lot of stuff going on back then because somebody was complaining that you had to screw his wife to, yeah, it was straight from Christmas Story. But they were saying that you had to get a push, you had to screw his wife, which his wife is like a very short, tubby person. And definitely I wouldn't touch her. So that was a big thing that went around. And hell, he just got on this show and just said, hey, we like to have fun with other people. And I don't want to hear that about them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. Can you picture them in a hot tub with another couple? No thanks, Jose. But I'm going to let my lovely wife take over and do some talking.
Bob, that's how I'm trying. Here's the story, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is with all the hate. You know, you could say it doesn't match up with his philosophy, but
I agree that Jim Cornette.
You know, they're really doing very well with what they do. So everybody's got a gimmick, and this isn't 1980s, so you can't have some stupid guy in a just a plain black mask and a pair of trunks do stuff. Okay, Jay, I'm sorry, brother. We're going back to horror with Dana Lynn, and she's eating some what are they,
Brock's pumpkins. I get
Brock's
those around every Halloween.
pumpkins, baby. Dana Lynn, everybody. Dana Lynn.
Everybody's gonna go boo.
Dana Lynn.
Now you need to do the cricket sound. Why would I wear my hat out when it's on for the show? People ain't gonna understand that. They're gonna think, do y'all have a boat?
If you wear a hat out, sometimes people wear hats.
Well, I'd have to get a plain one.
Plain hat.
My boob bumped your microphone.
I have an anti-boob bump. Yeah.
Oh, Satan, you leaving? Okay, nighty night. No, Jay, actually, I'm not going to talk about Salo or how you pronounce it. But I'm sorry for the dog noise. Every time I get ready to do something, the dogs lose their freaking minds. So, as you guys probably noticed that come into, yeah, Jackson Jack. Steve got female all of a sudden, but, yes, X-Ray, I am still doing the 90s retrospective. I was just about to say that you guys that come into my, or have come into my last few live streams probably noticed this past Monday I did not do one because I was painting my kitchen. For anybody that's my friend on Facebook, you've noticed that I've been doing some renovations in my kitchen, which includes painting the walls of my kitchen a different color. I've lived in this house for 8 years, and we had the same freaking color walls in the kitchen and everywhere else, for that matter, and I was sick of it. So me and Steve were able to compromise on a color, weren't we, dear?
Yeah, you picked it.
I picked it, but I let him have say so whether he would be okay with it or not. And I'm almost finished. I've got a couple of small spots left to paint, which I may finish up tomorrow. Not that you guys are really interested in that, but that is the main reason why I did not do a live stream this past Monday, but I'm planning on doing one this Monday. If I can get all my films rewatched for that year. So, but the next thing I'm going to do with my kitchen is somebody had painted over the natural wood in the cabinets with white paint. Why they did this, I don't know, because the natural wood underneath is so much prettier. So I am going to strip the paint, that ugly, awful white paint, from the doors of my cabinets to bring out that natural wood color. And then I'm going to put some kind of Danish oil or something on there to protect it and keep it nice and shiny and all that stuff. But well, we actually we didn't have giraffe wallpaper in there. Whoever had owned this house prior to Steve had very sloppily, even more sloppily than me, in my opinion, had painted it this beige color or whatever. And I'm sure some people still like neutral colors, and they are easy to match things with and all of that good stuff. But I wanted some color that was going to pop in the kitchen, and I was just tired of neutral colors. Neutral colors to me are so boring. I like something more exciting. And so I think the color I got was Moonlit Surf for the kitchen, and it's sort of like a bluish green. Yeah, Eric, I love that natural wood too, and I don't know why anybody that had natural wood to start with would paint over them with any kind of paint. And I'm sure there was a time when people wanted white kitchens. Um, but in my opinion, I mean, my mom has a different opinion. My mom says white's easier to keep clean. Me, on the other hand, I scrub on my kitchen all the time because that's where, you prepare food and all that. And I like it to be clean. But no matter how much I scrub on it, that white shows every single freaking thing that could get on it shows up. And I'm like, where in the heck is this stuff coming from? So I would prefer something that might hide a little bit, where I miss things here and there. And when you have 5 dogs in the house, 2 basset hounds that slobber, and every time they sling their head, they get slobber on stuff, I kind of would like to have a darker color so that's not constantly showing up everywhere, especially on those bottom cabinets. Um, John, you say it sounds like your dog, he'll bark at strangers, then best buds when they walk inside. Um, yeah, a lot of most of my dogs are like that too. Um, Steve is dirtier than the dogs. um, well, Steve takes showers on a regular basis, so I wouldn't say he's dirtier than the dogs. So, DeadPit on Patreon said you were dirtier than the dogs, Steve.
Sometimes.
No, I said you take showers on a regular basis, so you're not dirtier than the dogs.
Yo.
Well, X-Ray, Steve probably wouldn't call me a modern day Bob Vila because Steve got a little aggravated with me last weekend because he said that I splashed paint all over the molding at the top near the ceiling. But I am going to remedy that, and I have Jason looking over my shoulder here. That's kind of creepy. What is he trying to do to me? Nuzzle me or what?
Trying to see his eyes across.
Okay. But, I did the best I could with painting. I never claimed to be a professional house painter, so Steve will just have to bear with me until I get all that cleaned up and stuff. Sorry about that.
Is Brandon in?
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry, guys, for the distractions.
Josh!
He needs his rat back on, hun.
Oh.
I have to do this every day, Steve. Unless you want me to do it. You think he'll get mad at you? Okay. Brandon's an old man, so we have to keep a wrap on him to keep him from leaking. Golly. I hated that movie, The Babadook. Speaking of that, I mean, the kid was super annoying in it, but I just didn't like the movie personally. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything that anybody commented on. Yeah, Babadook's the word is more fun than the movie ever was. But I did notice that Steve. No, it didn't give me nightmares other than how bad it was. But I heard Steve talking about Malignant, the new James Wan movie, a little bit earlier, and I was doing a few things while Steve was watching it, but I watched the majority of it, and I actually liked it pretty well, and thought it was good as most James Wan's movies are. And it had an interesting premise. So that's what I told Steve. And there, if you can suspend your disbelief, there was maybe a couple of small things that didn't really make sense. But when you're watching a horror movie like this, you don't entirely expect logic all the time in the movie. So if you can look past that, I think you will enjoy the movie. And the music was pretty good in it. If I was Steve, I would get the vinyl from set. I think it's two LPs from Waxwork Records, and if I was him, I would get that. But I'm not him, and he's not me, so. But sorry, I'm feeling a little hungry, so I haven't been able to find these Brock's pumpkins anywhere except the Dollar Tree today. I haven't been able to find them in Kroger or Walmart or anything yet. So, Eric, what was the Western film that she did a couple of years ago? I'm not up on too many more modern Western films. I mean, I know some of the older ones and stuff. My dad would always watch like the Clint Eastwood Westerns. Things like The Good and the Bad and the Ugly, Hang 'em High for a few dollars more and stuff like that. And Pale Rider. I mean, that's the ones I know. That's the kind of the ones I grew up with. And then he'd watch a few John Wayne ones too. But I always liked the Clint Eastwood ones the best. And of course, Clint Eastwood was in several of the spaghetti westerns. And one John Wayne movie I did like really well, but it was sort of sad, was The Cowboys, I think it was. I don't think I've seen that one, Scott. The Hostiles. I'll have to ask Steve about that. He may be interested, or may know what that one is. Or he may have a copy of it somewhere. Steve was also talking about favorite movies to watch around Halloween and stuff. I guess I could talk about a few of mine. I was talking in the background, but I don't think Steve was really paying attention to me. X-Ray, you say not big on John Wayne, but did like True Grit and The Searchers. Yeah, True Grit was pretty good. Eric, you say it's called The Nightingale. It's an Australian Western, not great, but pretty good. Also, I love John Wayne films, LOL. Yeah, John Wayne did some good ones. Yeah, Darren, I would agree with you that the Babadook was one of the films that got overhyped. I think that's what happened with. I tell people all the time that that's what happened with the Blair Witch Project. I think the Blair Witch Project probably would have been even more popular than it was if they hadn't overhyped it. And I think they tried to do too much. They should have just let that movie come in under the radar. And I mean, although it did good, I think it would have done a lot better if they hadn't hyped it up so much. And Stream Elements is talking again. X-Ray, you say Bone Tomahawk was decent. There was one scene that made me wince like no other has the last few years. Have you seen Bone Tomahawk, Steve?
I started watching it. I need to rewatch
What
it.
about The Nightingale? That's an Australian Western.
No.
Or The Hostiles.
No.
Okay.
There's a lot of movies apparently I've missed.
Well, people were mentioning Westerns. We got to talking about Westerns. And but anyway, talking about, there's my little girl. I actually got my little girl a costume today. It's a hot dog costume. Didn't I, Darcy? You want to say hello to everybody? But anyway, now she's sitting behind me. That's what she does. Sometimes when I'm working from home, she'll get in my computer chair and just lay down and lay against my back. But anyway, about the Halloween movies that maybe aren't Halloween themed, but I like to watch around Halloween. I know Steve mentioned Prince of Darkness. Um, and I mentioned Haunted Ween in the background, which does have a Halloween theme. And I encourage people, even that don't live in Kentucky or don't even live in the United States, to watch it if you can get a hold of a copy of Haunted Ween. But especially people in Kentucky, because this movie, part of it was filmed on the campus at Western Kentucky University, and I tell people that all the time. I didn't know that for the longest time. I just thought this film was made by, like a lot of films are, by people out in California. But these guys that made Haunted Ween were alumni of Western, and one of the guy that was the director of photography, Corey Lash, I believe, he was actually a professor at the time at Western Kentucky University. There was another professor, Bart White, who helped with the film and also acted in the film as the sheriff or a cop in the film. Eric, you say your favorite John Wayne film, which isn't even a Western, called Trouble Along the Way. That's interesting. I may have to look into that one as well. But I encourage everybody that's listening to me to try to get a copy of Haunted Ween. If you can't, purchase a copy anywhere, it might be hard for people outside the United States to get a hold of it. See if somebody can make you a copy of it. Exorcist 3, yeah, actually, I always try to make sure I watch The Exorcist around Halloween, because The Exorcist actually does not, the whole movie doesn't take place at Halloween time, but there is a scene when Reagan's mother is going home from the set where she's an actress on a movie, and instead of having the driver take her home, she decides to walk home, and there are kids dressed up in costumes, and they got their little treat bags and stuff like that and their little pumpkins to get their candy in and stuff, and they run past her. So I'm pretty sure that at least that part of the movie takes place during Halloween time. Yeah, Eric, they are from Kentucky. I think most, if not all, of the people that worked on it and acted in it and everything were either alumni of Western Kentucky University, or, like I said, in the case of the director of photography, Corey Lash, he was a professor at Western Kentucky University at that time. Yeah, X-Ray, that's a good point. People could watch it on YouTube. Actually, I have, and the guy, and John Carpenter is from Kentucky. Yes, John Carpenter grew up in Bowling Green. So yes, that is another connection as well. And it's funny that Haunted Ween also, some of the parts of it were filmed, on the campus at Western Kentucky University, which is in Bowling Green. And then there were some other places that were actually filmed in and around Bowling Green. There was one scene that was actually filmed down in Tennessee, and that was a cabin scene, a real quick shot. But I think most of the other stuff was in and around Bowling Green. So, if you can get a hold of a copy now, sadly, Doug Robertson, the guy that directed the film, and he was still probably, maybe in his mid to late 50s, and he died like in the last couple of years or so. But he did have a Haunted Ween website where he sold 20th anniversary copies of the movie, and Darcy's in my computer chair. But anyway, when he was still alive, he was selling copies of the movie, the 20th anniversary editions of it on DVD, and I managed to get one from him. I wish now, especially since he's no longer with us, I wish now that I'd known that you could have asked him to sign it for free when you bought a copy, and I would have had him sign it, but I didn't know that at the time. So I just ordered a copy for like 25 bucks. And the website might be still up. I have not had a chance to check here recently. So if you're interested in actually getting a copy on DVD, you might want to, search that out, because not only does it have the movie on it, but it has commentary with Doug Robertson and Corey Lash. It has a behind the scenes making of on it as well, and those two things are really interesting, and you kind of get to see some insight into the actors and stuff. Yes, X-Ray, I have seen Nail Gun Massacre. Yeah, me and Steve have a particular affinity for that movie, and it is yeah, it is ultra no budget and extra cheesy. I will agree. And for some reason, I remember watching it here recently. I'm not sure exactly why I watched it, unless I was preparing for one of my live streams or something. But for whatever reason, I watched it here recently. And I do enjoy that movie. But yes, Haunted Ween, even if you have to watch it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube. That making of might even be on YouTube as well. But whatever way you watch it, I highly recommend, especially if you've never seen it before. A Trick or Treat, about the rock singer Sammy Kerr, comes back from the dead and causes havoc with a young heavy metal fan played by Skippy from Family Ties, Mark Price. I always like to watch that one around Halloween time. Trick or Treat, the anthology film, I also like. Trick or Treats with an S it's a cheesy film. It has David Carradine at the beginning of it, but I like to watch it. It has, of course, a Halloween theme to it as well. Sometimes I like, in the fall time, I like watching like Nightmares in the Damaged Brain. That one's a little bit more gory, but that one, some parts of that seem to have a fall-like aspect to it. The colors and things like that are sort of muted in it, and things like that. Poltergeist. Speaking of The Exorcist, I was talking about I like to watch The Exorcist around Halloween as well. I'm waiting for the 4K of The Exorcist to come out. They need to put out a 4K of The Exorcist with Dolby Atmos sound. That would be absolutely awesome. I don't know exactly what the holdup is. I figured they would have put that sucker out on 4K, but I don't know all the particulars of everything, so maybe they're holding out for some reason. Popcorn with Jill Sholin. That's another one I like to watch in the fall. For some reason, the idea of having like a horror movie marathon and all of that just ties in with my inner workings as being some kind of fall type of film. or fall themed film. I don't know. Even though the film was actually filmed in Jamaica, and I'm sure it was warm all the time and all that. But, anyways, um, I'm not really sure, Eric. You could be right about that. I would have to look into that. Like I said, you could be right on that. You know, Scott, I don't know if I've ever watched something Wicked This Way Comes, but yeah, I might try to watch that this year. I'm trying to think of some of the others I like to watch. You know, Steve mentioned Hell Night. That one would be a good one. Um, just any of the ones that seem like, you know, sometimes I'll even watch ones that I watch again in the wintertime. Like, you know, Steve was talking about The Thing, since it just come out on 4K. Um, it, you know, I'm probably going to watch it tonight or something. I don't think Steve wants to actually watch it till October, but I can't wait. I'm wanting to see, I'm eager to see how it looks in 4K and all that. And Wes, if you're still in here, I'm going to be sending you the code for that one here soon. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, you may have already got it, but I'll send you another one. Yeah, I'm sorry we missed out on the Steelbook for that, but I forgot that it was coming out the 7th, and Steve forgot to pre-order it, and so we both missed out on that, unfortunately, and I'm not in the mood financially or otherwise to pay about $70 or more for it, which is what I seen it going for on eBay. I told Steve, I said, here's the thing. I don't know what stores do. I don't know if Best Buy, since it was a Best Buy exclusive, I don't know if they limited people or they just let them buy as many. You know, it's first come first serve. So if somebody comes in and buys out every single damn copy they got in the Best Buy, they'll let them buy them and then flip them on eBay for double or triple what they're actually worth. I just don't think that's fair. I think one person should get one copy and that should be it. And leave the rest for somebody else. Don't let these people become extortionists and, you know, or scalpers or whatever you want to call it. I mean, they're almost like ticket scalpers because they go and buy them for normal price and get more than they need, and then they want to scalp people and like take exorbitant amounts of money because they know that people will do it. I mean, the same thing was happening recently. This wasn't with the movie, but with the Michael Myers LED lights, the Michael Myers with the pumpkin. And I know it said the Curse of Michael Myers on the tag for these, but I think it looks like the older Michael Myers personally. Eric, you say you saw a man the other day in Best Buy in line with almost all the exclusive Hitchcock steelbooks that just came out. See, that's exactly what I mean. I mean, maybe he was only getting one copy each of them. And if he was going to keep them for himself, that's great. But the problem I have is with people buying multiple copies of the same movie with the intent to go flip those on eBay and charge people double or triple what they're worth because they know if somebody wants it bad enough, they're going to pay that price. But anyway, back to the story about the Michael Myers LED, Michael Myers and jack-o'-lantern lights. I had heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I had heard that they had them last year and they sold out of them and people missed out and then they got one this year. But anyway, I noticed them this year. And Pizzal, I know a lot of you probably watched Pizzal's videos, And he and Jeremy went to a Spirit Halloween store, and he was able to get one of those Michael Myers lights for the price that they had them, which was $40-something, I think $42.99 or something. And so I eagerly, after seeing that video, got on the Spirit Halloween site. Bam, they were completely sold out. So then I started scouring eBay, and I found one for a reasonable price. It was a little bit more than I would have paid for it at the Spirit Halloween store. But there were people on there that were selling them for 120, 150, and people were actually bidding on them, and they were probably gonna, somebody was gonna end up purchasing it for that cost or more. And I'm like, if you wouldn't let one person come in here and buy your whole stock of lights or whatever the product is, if you would limit them to one or two maybe, but they don't care because they just want to sell the product. They don't care what you're going to do when you leave their store. They're just like, oh great, we sold all of our stock of this particular product. And probably the same case with Best Buy and some of the other stores that sell movies. John, you say your Best Buy is terrible. It's just gotten worse and worse. Well, our Best Buy, and I'm sure other people's Best Buy, I call it, they say, or I say, that they have the ever-shrinking movie section. And soon all they're just going to have, I think, is new releases and steelbooks. And maybe, the new releases of 4Ks, not necessarily all steelbooks. And that's going to be it. They're not going to have anything else. Okay, Darren, I will tell Steve. You need him to hit you up on Facebook tomorrow. We'll be ready for 4 p.m. my time, 11 a.m. yours. Okay. Well, have a good night, Darren, and I'm sure Steve's looking forward to doing this podcast with you. Eric, you say he had like 15 to 20 copies of Rear Window. It looked like over 20 of Vertigo. Isn't that ridiculous? And he'll do exactly what I said these people were doing with the Thing 4K Steelbook. They're going to jack up the price to 2 or 3 times what that thing's worth. If they just left those suckers in the store and only bought what they needed or what they wanted, then all will be well. But they won't. People are greedy asses. And like I said, Best Buy and the other stores are not going to stop them because they're like, hey, we don't care. We're getting the money from these. We sold our complete stock of them. We're sold out. Groovy. Let's move on to the next thing. But it really, who it ends up hurting in the end is fans. I mean, and the true blue fans that are, a lot of times, it hurts their wallets. But I've always heard that the people that have the least money are the ones that will give the most, like for charity or for, anybody that needs help or anything like that. And it's true. I see it all the time. I see people that don't have 2 nickels to rub together. They'll give their last 5 cents to a charity jar or something. But look at this, Steve. It's just like I told you. Eric said this guy had like 15 to 20 copies of Rear Window and like over 20 of Vertigo standing in line to check out.
Yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Will do, Darren.
Okay, you saw what Darren said? Okay. Oh, I like Steve to massage my shoulders, but sometimes he pinches a little hard, so. But,
Where's my brain?
anyway,
Brain.
Horror Man, you say you had to pay 3 times the price of the thing still book on eBay. Stupid of me, but I really want it. No. I don't call you stupid. I call you a true blue fan. That even though it's hurting your wallet like hell, you're going to get it because you're a fan of that movie. Now, I couldn't bring myself to do it, even though I know Steve probably would have wanted the steelbook. I ended up getting just the regular 4K today at Best Buy, and they only had 2 copies of that at our Best Buy, or at least the particular Best Buy we went to. Excuse me. But after I spent extra to get the Michael Myers light, I couldn't really afford to this time. Plus, like I said earlier, I've been doing some renovations to our kitchen, and that of course cost, buying paint and brushes and little cottony things to go on the roller to paint with and all that stuff. And getting decals. I was putting decals up of wine bottles and stuff. I'm kind of having an Italian thing going on in our kitchen right now. But no, I definitely would not call anybody stupid. We may regret it a little bit later. I know my wallet is still hurting from getting that Halloween light, but my wallet's also hurting from other things, like I got the new, or I've got it ordered. I don't have it yet, but I ordered the new Samsung 12.4 inch tablet, which is probably the biggest tablet that Samsung has put out, I think. So size wise, I guess it's comparable to like the iPad Pro or something like that. Scott, we do have a Target nearby, and I'm sure me and Steve will go look at their Halloween stuff. We always like to do that around Halloween. Oh wow, Eric, you gotta go to work, man. Well, you try to have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Harman, you say you're already regretting it. Yeah, I understand that. Oh wow, Boca Raton, you're still booking the thing arrived in it. See, that's one. Unfortunately, that's one of the bad things about ordering things sometimes. Is like, for instance, with those Phantasm Sphere sets here recently. Me and Steve actually both ended up getting one, and I thought there was one of our boxes that was a little creased or something, not completely dented in or anything, but and I can't remember which one it was, whether it was his or mine. Mine's up there on the shelf over there, but I can't really tell from here. But yeah, that sadly that's one of the things is if you have to order it and you can't actually go to the store and see what condition it's in, or pick from several to pick the one in the best condition. Like for instance, today, of course, I was shit out of luck today at Best Buy. They only had 2 copies of the Thing 4K, the regular version, and I picked up one copy and I noticed the disc was shaking around in it. So I thought, well, I'll go pick up the other copy. Well, its discs were shaking around too, so I was like, well, shit. I'm gonna get one of them, so I just picked the one that had the slip cover with the less chips in it. Oh, wow. Harman, you say your Rambo steelbook looked like Andre the Giant sat on it? Holy crap. Did you consider sending it back, or did you send it back, or did you just say, screw it, I'm going to keep it? That's crazy. And you have to wonder why they would even send something out like that in that condition. Nobody cares about quality anymore at all. This is going to get totally off the movie subject, but I don't know how many of you guys use like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, any of those things. I mean, if you live in a country area, you probably don't get it, but oh, I'm glad you were able to get an exchange for it. But speaking of quality going down, when these places first started up, they were great because I'm a person, unfortunately, that doesn't have a driver's license. And sometimes, especially on a day when my paycheck comes in and I'm at home, I like to get me something ordered from a restaurant. And even though there's public transportation like buses and stuff, sometimes I don't want to go out there and wait for a bus just to go to a restaurant and then have to wait for another bus to come back and take me back. And I don't really want to pay an Uber driver just to take me to the restaurant and then one to pick me up and take me back home and all that. I just rather not. So it was kind of like DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub and all that stuff was a godsend for people like me or people that are housebound for other reasons and can't, just can't get out on a regular basis. And you do have to pay, extra fees and stuff like that for the service. But here I'd say, especially since the pandemic got really bad, I don't think it's the restaurant so much that's the problem. It's who they have doing the driving and delivering. Like for instance, yesterday I ordered from Chili's. I ordered a soup and salad. I was really looking forward to that soup and salad. So I heard them outside, and I guess I'm going to have to start, since the pandemic got bad, I've just told them to leave it on the bench outside our front door. But I think I'm going to have to start waiting. When they come up there, if something's not right, just telling them right then. But I didn't. I thought surely they'll get it right. Well, they were already off our street or halfway down the street or whatever. And I looked and I was like, I didn't order a drink and there's a drink here. That bag doesn't look like a Chili's bag. And it's got 2 big containers in it. And I don't think that's soup and salad. So I brought it in. And what it was somebody's orders from a place called It's Just Wings. And one container just was loaded down with curly fries. The other container had half wings, half boneless wings, and half curly fries. And I was like, well, shit. And I knew they wasn't going to come back and get this food because once they deliver it, they never, they usually just tell you to keep it. So, but I thought, well, the person's probably not out of our neighborhood yet. I'll try texting them. So I tried texting them. Never did answer me. And the person had a foreign name, too. I could just tell by looking at it. And I have nothing against foreign people. And I don't mind if they want to do these jobs. But, here I told them, hey, you gave me somebody else's order. You gave me Dan B's order. And I'm Dana B. And I said, I should have gotten something from Chili's. This is something from It's Just Wings. Never messaged me back or anything. And I was not rude in this text. So, but Steve ended up reaping the benefits of that mistake. because I complained to DoorDash and they gave me a refund or a credit. So I was able to reorder and got my food. Um, and Steve ate the It's Just Wings order. But I bet whoever Dan B is was super pissed, especially if they got my soup and salad when they ordered a big old huge thing of fries and a thing of half fries and wings. So, and then today Steve ordered from Five Guys and got us milkshakes. Well, we didn't get our milkshakes. And so it's just been like that for over a year. Ordering things, you either get the wrong order, they leave something off, they do whatever. And sorry I got a little sidetracked on that, guys, but you know, to me that ties in with this whole like quality issue of, I don't know why somebody would mail something out in the condition that you guys have said some of the stuff was in. Or just, if people can get away with giving you the wrong product, the shitty product, you know, and shitty quality, or whatever, they're going to do it because nobody cares. They don't care about providing a quality product to the end consumer. And it didn't used to be that way. But, anyway, it is a little bit after 8, and I have not yet ate my supper. I just, you know, I got to ranting and raving about stuff and completely forgot that I hadn't ate. So, I would like to remind everybody again that I am planning on continuing my 1990s horror retrospective this coming Monday. And I invite, you know, all my regulars, plus any of you guys in here that were in here for Steve's show. If you want to stop by, it'll probably be between 6 and 6:30. Preferably, I want to start at 6, but depending on work and all that, because I actually officially don't get off from work till 5 p.m. Eastern time. It could be a little bit later. But if nobody else has anything that they want to ask me or comment on or anything, I'm going to let Steve cut this off. And Steve's here and ready. And that dude from Salem's Lot's creeping me out.
Juliet Lewis's father.
Is that Juliet Lewis's father?
Jeffrey Lewis, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was her dad.
Yep.
That's cool. He actually does kind of look like her. But anyway, I'm going to say adios, amigos, for a little while. I'll see a lot of you guys Monday.
Thanks for everybody showing up. We'll see how it goes the rest of the week or so. But thanks, everyone.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DEADPIT on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old DEADPIT radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. DEADPIT on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1. Thank you to all of our supporters on